Hi folks, welcome to Crisco's Corner, unfiltered commentary, and that's your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back from the Western Journal. This is alarming, folks. War is coming. Declared war. Let's read on. We are ready for war. Leader of the migrant caravan says nothing will get in his way of making it to the United States. That's pretty tough language. And I think it takes them 20 days to get here. When I say here, the United States, and they're leaving on Tuesday. So whatever the dates come out. Sounds bad. Sounds bad. Looks like around Halloween or so, which makes perfect sense. Let's read on. An army of 60,000 illegal aliens, mostly Haitians, is expected to flood the U.S. border in the coming weeks. And a second caravan is waiting in the wings, preparing to further barrage the United States. One of the people spearheading the next migrant invasion is an Urino, can't pronounce his last name, nor do I care, a dual citizen of Mexico and the United States who is director of the leftist advocacy group Pueblo Sin Fronteras. Oh, there we go. We give out dual citizenship, and this is what they do. People without borders is what that means in Spanish. He warned that he and his caravan of illegal aliens are ready for war and will reach the United States with or without the consent of government standing in their way. And there you have it. That's about as plain as English as you can make it. Now, this is going to sound a little nasty, but it's true. What is our current president, the inept, delusional, taken over by dementia, who's being run by nameless, faceless bureaucrats, progressive nutbars, going to do? And the answer is this. That's what's going to happen. And they're putting them all in red states for the most part. But here's the thing. You low-income wage earners out there, lower-income people, minorities that are in the condition that are low-income, this affects you directly. Stop voting for Democrats. These people, there's already 1 million in here already. We're being overrun. It's a crisis. We can do the 25th Amendment to get Biden out. What difference does it make? So Kamala Harris will become the president of the United States. It'll still be the faceless, nameless group of progressive nutbars that are intent on destroying the fabric of this country. A gentleman from Venezuela spoke at the RNC convention last year, and he said, the world understands this more than the Americans do. If America falls, there'll be nowhere else left to go. And they are hell-bent on making sure this country falls. We are leaving in 20 days, he vowed Tuesday on social media, according to the report. We prefer to march with travel papers, and at this time, with papers or without papers, we are ready for war. This is the American citizen, Mexican citizen, Countries Without Borders organization. Who's funding these morons? Well, you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure it out. If the National Guard comes and they are cowardly enough to beat women and children, let them prepare because God's hand is with us. Yeah, here's this moron now. Now he's speaking Spanish. No, or even if he spoke English, I could care less what he had to say. His words came amid mounting frustration that the Mexican government has begun detaining caravans barreling through Mexico en route to the United States, as per their agreement with us. Mexico recently started intercepting caravans at the behest of the Biden administration amid escalating alarm among Americans about the daily invasions. We all know that Joe Biden's, I'll be respectful, President Biden's poll numbers are in the toilet, 38% approval. You know what his approval is on immigration and the border crisis? 23%. Dead people get more than 30%. It's amazing. The United States gives Mexico an average of $320 million a year in aid every year, in part to incentivize it to secure its own border so its residents won't sneak into America. When former President Donald Trump was in office, he worked with Mexico's leader to stem the influx of illegal aliens. After Biden took office, that arrangement went out the window, and the border devolved into an open door for armies of unvetted immigrants from numerous countries. It's a long article. I won't read it all. Some 60,000, mostly Haitians and migrants, are headed to Texas right now, the Washington Examiner reported Tuesday. That's on top of the 20,000 Haitians who illegally crossed Del Rio last month. Yeah, there they are. 30,000 are currently traversing Colombian route to the U.S. Everybody knows they're coming. Republican Governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, said that because the Biden administration refuses to stem the immigrants' influx, he has ramped up efforts to secure his state's border. He had a press conference where he had 8 other governors with him. Now, here's the thing. I want to support Greg Abbott, but I got a huge bone to pick with him. He's a rhino. He's close. He's damn close. My understanding is there's 19,000 National Guard troops in the state of Texas. And Governor Abbott sent 1,000 to help with the border. You send them all. And all the other 8 governors send every single, call up the National Guard. Governors are in charge of the National Guard in their states. We'll probably have 30, 40,000 in the end, easily. And they will have weapons. And they are trained. Turn these people away. Now, and it's an if, hopefully a big if the federal government interferes with that, there might be exchange of gunfire. And then all hell's going to break loose. But the confrontation doesn't have to happen if the feds stay out of the way. Let the states. If you're not going to do your job, Joe Biden, I won't even say president to be respectful. Joe Biden, if you're not going to do your job, the governors will. Now, Abbott, he's a little cringy for me. He needs to grow a spine. 19,000, take them all. Call up all of them. That is your legal right. And have the other governors in the other states do the same. Have an army of 30, 40,000 National Guard troops along the border. Yeah, it's going to make for some ugly video. Yeah, there's going to be confrontations, and yes, some people might die, and it's sad. But this was not created by the governors. It was not created by the citizens of the United States, this crisis. It was created by the president and the people that run him and the powers around the world that are paying for this and funding this to destroy the United States as we know it today. Now, I'm not going to read Biden created the chaos. Texas is stopping it. Well, those are strong words. We'll see if he goes through with it. I'm not going to read every word here. You can. There's a short blip here from Abbott, so I'll play it.
This is one of, if not the most urgent matter that we're facing in the United States at this time. And it's time for the Biden administration to wake up and get on the job and do its job to protect the sovereignty and safety of the United States of America.
All right, that's fine. We'll see how many National Guard troops he calls up. Despite its best efforts, Texas cannot simply stop the enormous migrant influx on its own, especially since its members have swelled in unprecedented proportions. Last week, Homeland Security head Alejandro Mayorkas warned department officials that as many as 400,000 illegal aliens could swarm the southern border this month alone. And we're going to go through all of this, and it's all bad news. It's amazing to me. It's amazing how. And here's a guy that got across the border. He's got some RAP and INCEST charges. First degree. Can't say the words because the algorithm will pick them up, but you can read what that says. It's amazing to me. Yeah, also, too, the federal government, a.k.a. President Biden, is paying contractors not to build the wall. Trump said that the other day at one of his rallies. And he says there's some guys here that own construction companies that were building the wall, and they're all smiling as I say this because they know it's true. They're paying them not to build it. Because if they just cancel the contract and didn't pay them, they go to court and win their case. They had a contract with the government. So they're paying them and not building it. Here we are in Mexico, October 4th. Migrants protested in the streets to demand the right to transit to the USA. You demand nothing. Absolutely nothing. Who the hell are you to demand anything? And that's because Joe Biden said, just before the election, just after, come on in. They see a weakness. And the weakness is the Biden administration and his minions. And they're going to be coming, and this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. Biden's been in politics for 5 decades with 2 terms as U.S. vice president. It says just he is unaware of the long-term impact of a border catastrophe is naive and defies logic. You have to ask yourself, not what people do, is why. Oh, if he has a show of strength at the border, he'll lose all his progressive support. Who cares? Who cares? He's at 38% approval rating now. 60,000 are coming, probably 10 times that in the next year. We have 3 years and 2 odd months to go of the Biden presidency, or at least this presidency, this term. There's going to be a Republican president, barring some unforeseen circumstance. We've got 3 more years to go, and we haven't even finished this year yet. And look at the disaster on the border. The demographics of this country will be changed forever. I don't mind immigration. It does change demographics over time. My father's people were off the boat Italians. This is too many, too soon, and on top of that, they're all a drain on the system, i.e. welfare. HUD money for housing, food stamps, free Medicaid for health care. All for free. And none of the immigrants, not my grandparents, my father's parents, didn't get a dime from the government. Of course, that was before the Great Society programs. I would have open immigration tomorrow if we got rid of all social programs, but that's not going to happen. You can't do both. It will disintegrate the country in a matter of months. And I believe that's their goal. A sitting U.S. president. Think about this. A sitting U.S. president is trying to destroy the fabric and the foundation of his own country. Let that sink in. All you Biden voters out there, I don't mean to keep chastising you, but you're part of the reason why this is happening. Think, please, next time, think logically and clearly. And don't let your emotions in the fake media persuade you who to vote for. You screwed us all. As a gentleman from Venezuela said, if America falls, there'll be no place else to go. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.